That's a microphone. Nike. Hi, welcome back, lifters. It's been a minute. We've had some changes in our lives since the last time we saw each other. Big one, I got engaged. So that's super fun. We're super excited. We're waiting a little bit till we get married, but yeah, I got it. I got the rock, you guys. And let's see, I got a bunch of tattoos since I've seen you guys. Like, I got a ton, well, I guess you guys have seen this one, but like, I got a ton of tattoos. A lot of them are book inspired, and I know I've talked about this before, but I love fantasy and books, and just, I'm a book talk girly. I really am, which kind of brings us into what the theme of the video is today. So I'm going to start a series that is talking about calling if book characters were my clients. So I thought of the concept of like, man, if this like character came to me and they needed training, like how would I train them? And so we're gonna explore that idea. We're gonna kind of, you know, see what it is. So today's character, we're starting out with Aelin Galathynius from Throne of Glass. Sorry if you haven't read it. Spoilers ahead. If you haven't read it, go read the Throne of Glass series and you can come back. But don't worry, we will be covering many characters throughout Throne of Glass, and we will get to other series. You can look forward to some videos from a Court of Thorns and Roses series, as well as Fourth Wing, and probably a couple others. So we will kind of get started. Okay, well, let's talk about Aelin Galathynius, like, as a character. So, you know, she's grew up as Selena Sardothian. She was an assassin. She, you know, had to be completely badass and stealthy and strong, which she still has to be as Aelin. A lot of my thinking going into her programming, and obviously we won't go over a whole programming scheme for you guys because that would be a really long video, but I did just like write one workout for you guys that I think would be really good for Aelin if she were my client. You know, like I said, as Selena, an assassin, she's stealthy, she's quick, she's fast, she's agile, she's mobile, she's strong. And she has to be able to maintain that and obviously improve that. When she is in her Fae form, she obviously becomes a lot stronger, but you know, body changes a little bit from human to Fae, so we want to make sure that she's able to maintain her strength and her mobility through those changes, and to be able to feel as comfortable and as strong as possible throughout whatever tasks or missions that she needs to do. So let's talk about the workout. I broke this up. I don't always break things up like this for workouts, but specifically for Aelin, I thought this would be good to kind of break things up into sections. So we kind of have like a strength section, a plyometric section, and like an agility / like gymnastics section, because Aelin's gotta be quick on her feet and she literally has to be able to do gymnastics to do some of the moves that she needs to do. So first section was the strength section. With her strength, she's not gonna, like, I'm not programming like heavy bench and like super like heavy back squat for her, because she has to be mobile in her strength. Now, I'm not saying you can't be mobile in back squats. I'm super mobile and do back squats, but I don't need to be as quick as Aelin needs to be. So what I programmed for her for this first section is 4 sets of 8 Cossack squats on each side, and then we have core exercise. So we got Russian twists, so we're gonna have 10 on each side with a weighted med ball. So after Russian twist, we have renegade rows. I put around like 6 on each side renegade rows. The push-up is optional for renegade rows, but knowing Aelin, she's gonna take that extra option because she's like, I have to be the best, because that's just Aelin. So obviously she's gonna take the push-up. So after renegade rows, we have inchworms. So inchworms are to reach as far out as you can, kind of like you would an ab rollout. But it's this specifically really, really intense on the back, on the core, and making sure that you can keep body shapes as well as you possibly can, and then being able to control yourself back up and obviously back down into another one. So control is super important in those inchworms. So we have like 10 inchworms for that, and we've got 4 sets of all that put together. On to her like plyometric section. Being explosive and being plyometric is super important when you're an assassin because it's super unknown terrain, like literally whatever you're doing. I mean, can you really see her like literally destroying Rolf's ships and not be able to like be explosive? And like she needs to move quickly and to be able to jump onto roofs and to jump into windows and honestly to kick Rowan's butt. So I had a really nice explosive section for her. So that first one is, well, the whole plyometric section. So you got 4 sets. We've got 10 slamming battle rope slams. Then we have 10 banded squat jumps. And then we've got 10 Bulgarian pogo hops. So with these med ball slams, you're definitely looking at cardio is getting up there. You are using your entire body to bring the battle ropes up and slam them back down as hard as you can. This is going to help her with pretty much, I mean, it's an overall explosive movement, but it's really gonna help with anything that also would require like a pull, like a full body thing. And then after that, we have banded squat jumps. These do kind of look like a funny exercise, but banded squat jumps are really good for any sort of vertical movement. So anything where she would have to jump up really high, maybe grab something, or jump really high to get onto something, it's gonna be perfect for that. These bands were pretty heavy, which is why I'm not getting that far off the ground, but that's kind of where I wanted Aelin to be at, was at a heavier band. It may not look like she's getting far off the ground, but as soon as you take those bands off, you're getting up there. Plus, that'll be really good as something that she can train in both her human form and her fae form, depending on, you know, where we're at, where we're training, and who we're training with. Because in this fantasy, I just follow her around, and I'm literally her personal trainer, and I am, you know, I follow her around, and we go on all the adventures together, and I will just train her wherever she needs because she's a bad bitch and she's the queen, so I will follow her wherever. And finally, on her last section of the plyometrics, we have Bulgarian pogo hops. So that's where you're in the same position as if you were gonna do a Bulgarian split squat, and then you're pogoing with that front foot. So that's gonna be really good for changing directions really quickly. I don't see her like needing to like get into the air super quickly on one foot, but it's gonna be really good for, like I said, changing direction really quickly, stabilizing the knees, stabilizing the ankles, making sure that her joints are as safe as possible. And then that'll help again with changing from human to fae form, because that's taxing on the joints because you are changing dimensions so quickly. So we want to make sure that her joints are stable. Yeah, these ones, I won't lie, they're hard. They suck. But we're doing 10 on each side. So everything in this section is 10. And we do 4 rounds of it. So Aelin's last section is like a gymnastics. It's straight up gymnastics, I won't lie. I wanted to continue her training that she had been doing with Arab and Hamel, and she continue her assassin training. because it is really useful even as the Queen of Terrasen. I mean, you don't know what you're going to encounter, especially when you're fighting Bulg, so you might as well be as mobile as possible and as quick as possible and agile as possible. So why not? So this little section's only 3 sets. I didn't super have a number, but honestly anywhere from like 5 to 10 for each of these, whatever she needs that day or is just like what she needs to focus on. So first thing we got going is handstand forward rolls. So this is gonna be really good for her to roll out of big jumps or to get out of the way of something, things like that. And after that, we have handstand walks. It's gonna be really good for back and shoulder strength and also overall core stability and just overall whole body stability is gonna be really good for that. Finally, we have back extension rolls. Again, really good for like getting out of the way or like falling in a really great way, falling in a healthy way. This is a really great exercise for that, and also being explosive through the shoulders, hand pop. Those are all great things with back extension rolls. I hope you guys enjoyed this first installment of If Book Characters Were My Clients. I hope you guys learned a little something, or if you want to try this workout out, I will have it in the description below. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Don't forget to obviously read Throne of Glass because it's incredible and it's amazing. And I hope Sarah J. Maas sees this video because I would, I don't know. I just think that'd be really cool and I love her so much. But yeah, I hope you guys have a really awesome day, have a really awesome week. I will see you guys next week for our next character, and don't forget to do whatever you want. Bye! Mwah.